and welcome to IFL's Crafternoon on Facebook. Today I'm going to show you how to make lavender soap. For this project, you will need 1 pound goat's milk melt and pour base, 1 to 2 tablespoons dry lavender, lavender oil, and soap molds. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is cut our goat's milk melt and pour soap into squares. Now we only need 1 pound of this, and my package is a 2-pound package, so I'm only going to be using half. What's nice is that they make this with the little cubes built right in, so I'm just going to be cutting it using those lines as my guide to make squares in that size, and that's going to melt fine just for us. Now that we have our base cut into cubes, we're ready to start melting. And we're going to start with 30 seconds in our microwave. And as you can see, it doesn't look like it did a whole lot. So we're going to continue microwaving and stirring in 10-second intervals until it is completely melted. So our base should look like this, and it took me about 2.5 minutes to get to this point. Next, I'm going to add 15 drops of lavender oil to the melted goat's milk. And then we want to make sure we stir that thoroughly. Next, we're going to add our dry lavender to our mix. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of dried lavender to our melted goat's milk and stir that in. You can stop here, or if you want more lavender in your soap, you can add another tablespoon to the mixture and stir that as well. Now we're ready to put it into our molds. Because I'm using a bowl that has a spout, I'm just going to pour my mixture into my molds. If you're using a regular bowl, you could use a ladle to put this into your molds. For my mold, I am making sort of small soaps. Mine are actually ice cube tray molds, and as you can see, they have a silicone bottom on them, so when this sets up, I'm going to be able to pop those out very easily. So if you have other types of silicone molds, you could use those, or you can buy plastic molds from the craft store that are specifically made for soap making, and you could use those as well. Once you have your molds filled, you want to let it set up overnight. Okay, it's a day later and my soap has set up, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop those out of the molds. And that's it. You now have some fancy lavender soap. Stay safe and see you next week on IFL's Crafternoon on Facebook.